Hey guys, welcome to the best pop culture podcast you've probably never heard of, Pop Culture Unboxing. Today, we're going to be unboxing a little bit about the movie Cats and exactly how much we appreciated it. Afterward, we'll give a little bit about some movies we're looking forward to this year. And maybe there'll be a little bit of Matt getting angry at Ryan for not liking Lord of the Rings as much as he definitely should. Give it a listen. We're sure you'll enjoy it.
And also, back to what I learned, I need to learn to stop giggling because I giggle a lot. Like I'll tell what I think is a joke, and it never gets the response that you like. I think my brain wants me to get. So like I
from
like,
me or
yeah, like so I want you to laugh. So I'll I'll talk about something. It's like, yeah, it was so ridiculous, and like you don't laugh back. So it's like I get this like my brain zooms into this like me laughing, and
has this happened to the podcast?
This happens a lot. Last episode, I could probably like if
you know. Hey Ryan, you want to know?
Huh.
Half the time when you do that, I know what you're trying to get me to do. That's why I don't do it.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just
because I know you're trying to bait me into laughing.
But that's the thing. But it's not like baiting you into. It's just so like laugh at me, laugh at my jokes,
Laugh at you or with
just
you?
Pity laugh for once in your in your life, please. Just pity laugh for me, please.
I pity laugh a lot. Usually it's just for myself though.
Yeah,
because believe it or not, I didn't used to be very funny. It took a lot of time.
I mean, you're not very funny now.
I know, but I'm working on it. Okay,
that's not true. You're pretty funny. You're like the lifeblood of the podcast. I don't know if that's give us true. Things to talk about. I look at it.
If you weren't here, there wouldn't be anything to talk about. I'm no good at the research.
Yeah, but I look at it like I could write you episodes, and you could just bring anybody else on, and you'd be totally fine. Like someone else could just replace me for.
I mean, keep it.
You could fire me,
but keep in mind that I have a lot of improv experience too. Like that's kind of something I'm good at by nature. I working with anybody I need to.
That's true. I wrote a joke also because I thought your friends were going to be here because they're going to see Cats.
Oh, they're so unreliable.
And it was going to.
I've learned that.
It was going to cut to like me just staring at him, and like the joke I would finally put out was like, "Is this it? Are you finally firing me? Like, is this my replacement? Like, who are you?"
Obviously not, because where are they?
But hi, everybody. I'm Ryan.
Is this just where we're going in?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey, and welcome to a really. How do I want to say this? A really furry, catnip-filled.
Why'd you use the word furry?
Really furry.
Okay, hold on. What was why? Okay, never. Mention catnip again when we get to this.
All right, welcome to a furry, catnip-filled, milky substance podcast called Pop Culture Unboxing. I wanted to say a bowl of milk, but then I realized that sounds too much like dude soup, and I don't want to be like them. Because they always start their episodes with like, welcome to like a hot steamy bowl of dude soup. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to do that. And I was like, that sounds too much like them. But it was a perfect, go ahead. What were you going to say about catnip?
I'm just letting you keep going.
What were you going to say about catnip?
Why did it look like that in the movie? In case you can't figure it out, Ryan and I just got back from the movie Cats.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that first? Because I really want to get this out. I didn't want to be there. And the whole time we were there, I didn't want to be there.
I didn't either.
Towards the end,
how did we end up there again?
I don't know.
Did each of us go there thinking that the other person really wanted to see it?
No, I thought... I went in the impression that we were going to hate this movie. Like, people told us we were going to hate this movie. So we were going to walk out of it like, this movie was freaking cool. Like, this is awesome.
Is that really what you expected?
I thought I told you that when we walked in. I was like, you watch, we're going to like this movie.
Oh, yeah, you did mention that.
And I was wrong.
Yeah, I knew going in we wouldn't like it.
This movie made me really bad because I can't get, like, James Gordon's in it. James Corden. He's like a talk show host, but he's that guy that does like all the lip sync in the car stuff, or singing in the car or something like that. I
can picture him. Yeah,
so he plays the fat cat, and like he talks about like he's said before in his shows like making fun of fat people, stuff like that. It's probably not really a good idea. And then his whole shtick in this film is about being super fat, and he's how fat he is the butt of the joke.
Yep.
But also I've seen him a lot, like in like YouTube clips and stuff like that, he's not as big as he is in this movie. So I feel like he
there's clearly a fat suit.
So I think he put a fat suit on for it.
You could tell just because it was so round. It looked like he was wearing an inner tube.
Oh, and everybody annoyed. The jokes in this movie annoyed the crap out of me.
Is that the word you want to use?
Yeah. This movie was annoying to watch. There was only one song.
No, I'm in jokes.
Wow. This movie, the music in it, it's a musical. So I kind of expected that we were never going to hear anyone talk normally for a long period of time. But my God, did the songs stop? And some of them just went on and on and on. You're like, all right, let's get to the next song.
A lot of it was the same word.
Yeah.
Just over and over again.
And that ending, that real creepy.
It was very abrupt.
Because everything, it felt like they went to the whole movie and they're like, oh, we need to do the ending.
Yeah.
And they're like, we ran out of time.
And then it's Judi Dench sitting there on a soapbox saying stuff that a cat would probably say to you that doesn't make any sense in the real world.
She's staring right at the camera.
Yeah.
And looking right at you. So you're going already.
In case you can't figure it out, by the way. Spoilers.
Yeah.
If you somehow haven't seen the hit movie Cats yet.
It's so uncomfortable, the whole movie.
Yeah.
And then you get to her just looking right at you. And you get even, like, I was like, oh. So people know, when we went to the movie, I had a trouble with my left eye. It's like it was all puffed up. I guess allergies are happening to me. So I was like sneezing and, and stuffed up, but like my eye kept watering. So probably people that were also there at the movie probably thought I was crying a lot.
Because there was this big empty theater and these two people sat right next to you.
Oh yeah.
There was maybe 6 of us in there and then 2 more people roll in and they sit right next to Ryan.
Yeah. And I'm like sitting there with this, like with really rough paper towels that they sell at the theater. And I'm like shoving them into my eye socket to just, and
the movie broke him.
Yeah. If anyone can't tell from, also you might be able to hear it a little bit in my voice. I'm a little sick. I'm not sick, but I'm just like getting over like a cold allergy.
Yeah.
That I've been trying to deal with.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
But the thing that bothered me from the very beginning of the movie is how this doe-eyed main character, Victoria, just goes along with whoever spoke to her most recently. Like, she is very impressionable,
Well, that's what you said. And you're right.
Just goes along with everything and is just in love with whoever is singing currently. And I understand why you have to have that kind of character. So it's the same reason that Harry Potter knows nothing about Hogwarts or magic, is because us as the viewer needs to everything explained to us. What better way to do that than to throw in a character who has to have everything explained to them?
Yeah, but how they do it in Harry Potter is smart, because because you see it, you basically get the feeling that Harry gets, because he's getting like this magical wonder of being like like you're living a normal life where nothing good ever happens in your life, and then you get this magical, wonderful world, and you get to see that from from his point of view. This movie, there's nothing magical or wonderful.
She gets indoctrinated into a group of cats where only one cat a year gets to go to heaven, depending on how tragic their life was.
Yeah, and also it didn't even seem like it was that was the way it was originally gonna. Like Judi Dench's character is supposed to be this like really intelligent cat,
super old.
Yeah, like
hence the name Old Deuteronomy.
Yeah, like she's.
And I think they implied that the book in the Bible is named after her. I think they implied that.
But I mean, the thing is, like, she's supposed to know all these like cats, and it seems like if it wasn't for Victoria, the cat that gets to go to heaven and be reborn,
the Heaviside layer gets to be reborn, would never have been there. But yet she's this like miserable and bullied cat. Also, the main villain is an idiot. His plan is so stupid. His plan is to get rid of all the competition so that he'll get picked. He doesn't get picked, or he knows he's not going to get picked, so he captures her, thinking that's going to make her say yes. Meanwhile, they have to be back at where the balloon is so that he can rise anyway. So then she escapes by this other cat who's also a magic cat that, woo magic. The main villain can like teleport people and himself back and forth places. So instead of just waiting his time, which he teleports away it's like, oh, his plan's gonna like something, he's got a bad plan. He teleports away and they do a whole song, a 5-minute song. This
other cat starts to float away in the balloon, and then he just jumps on the string that's hanging below it instead of just teleporting her out right when no one else can reach the balloon and jumping in himself.
It was so. Imagine this. Imagine that the movie that we saw Judi Dench and Idris Elba in was a James Bond movie instead. She was M.
It's weird because that's something I wanted to see.
I did too. So I was just looking this up. The heaviside layer is a real thing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sometimes called the Kennelly heaviside layer is a layer of ionized gas occurring roughly between 90 and 150 kilometers above the ground. One of several layers of the Earth's ionosphere.
Wow.
Which is a weird place for cats to want to go. But I guess like because they're small, they don't aim as high as humans. Like humans aim for heaven, but they're just aiming for like the upper atmosphere.
Well, that's because they don't know. Like, I don't know, man. Look at that, viewers. You got a science lesson though. That was kind of nice.
Yeah,
we teach.
So the
you
cats.
things.
So when cats die, they go to the ionosphere.
Yeah, but they were like, you get reborn. But also, did you notice that these cats say like none of them have ever been reborn? So we don't know if
isn't that a little weird?
Just the old lady that gets to decide.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like she's just lying to them so she can get rid of
culty.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just trying to get rid of cats.
Yeah, she just crams them on a balloon. It's like the Oz treatment. She throws them on a balloon and hopes everyone forgets about it.
Only one.
Yep.
The chosen one.
And then they float off and they land somewhere else far enough away that they can never tell their story.
Also, it's not really... I don't know if I just didn't understand it, but why did they hate this, like, that one
Because
cat?
she ran around with the bad guy.
So, like, now everyone hates Taylor Swift.
That's exactly it. So now, is that Taylor Swift's destiny?
Yeah.
Also, why did he lose his magic?
That's another thing. They show that he was going to try to teleport inside the balloon, and he didn't. He's like, his magic failed. And I'm like, why? And I'm thinking it's because the sun came up, and whoever is having this like lucid / like drug induced dream is waking up as well. So it's just like,
that would have been a perfect ending for the movie. It's like just showing someone waking up in their bed with a cat looking in their face.
Yeah. Also,
that would have been great.
Oh, that would have been way better. It's just like his one cat. He has like multiple cats, or he or she has multiple cats, and the one cat's like on a balloon floating above it
on a chandelier.
Yeah, hanging there dead.
Yeah, yikes. Yeah, no, it was not a great movie. The CGI was. I mean, most of the time it was all right.
There were a lot of times that they were.
I saw a lot more Rebel Wilson than I wanted to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like there was a lot of pretty gratuitous crotch shots in this movie,
and crotch licking, and just
most of them from her
rubbing
scratching
up and
at
down.
it. Like,
yeah, it was weird. I didn't like any of it.
And then teaching cockroaches to dance and then eating them.
That made me disgusted. Like the cockroaches and mice, like as humanoid, but like that was creepy. Like I thought the cats were creepy. Like that was even creepier to me.
The mice did get kind of funny as throughout the movie they were running away from the cats.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice that a couple times?
Yeah.
This little tiny thing just sprinting away.
I like how they worked really hard to make Taylor Swift extra sexy. Like they gave her like a bigger like chest.
Yep.
And like she danced around a little bit, and at first I was like, this is, I guess, okay.
Why?
But I don't see how this is for like. People are saying like this is a furry's dream. I don't see how.
This is exactly what furries like.
But I don't see why. Like I feel like they would not be as attracted to this as we think they would. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
It's there's all sorts of. I saw a chart at one point of like all the different furries like, from like this kind of anthropomorphic to like just straight up a dog.
Oh really?
Yeah. There's like a whole chart, and these definitely fall somewhere on that chart.
Where do they follow the chart?
Yeah,
that's weird to have a chart about what your fantasies are.
Yes, this movie had a lot of fetishes going on. There were feet everywhere.
Yeah.
People were sticking their butts up in the air. Cats, obviously.
Oh, I got so mad at the hands and the feet thing. I got extra mad because there were times.
Do you like how they didn't do anything with Sir Ian McKellen's hands?
Yeah.
They were literally just like fingernails and all.
Well, that's what they did that with like a couple of the cats. And then there were some cats, they were perfect. They'd have perfectly white, like furry hands, but they were still like, human. And I was fine with that part. But like at one point, the ending where the one magical cat, they're having like his musical number.
Yeah.
And they keep showing his hands, and you can see where the cutoff is.
Oh, could you?
Yeah, because like there was white paint. You could see white paint on like the back of his palm, and like you could see the cutoff where it was like a first.
I want to remind you, Ryan, they spent $300 million making and marketing this movie.
I feel like
It is the most expensive movie of all time, I believe.
Have you ever seen the Cats production, like the actual
No, have you?
cat suits? I haven't seen it, but I saw the cat suits.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the pictures of the cat suits from the actual
They
show.
look more realistic, and I feel like better, and they're cheaper.
Because they're not in the Uncanny Valley.
But that's the thing. They need to, like, if they would have done that, I feel like this movie would have been just fine. Like, I feel
Exactly.
like
Or if they'd committed to full-on cats.
I feel like, see, I want to say like they just ran out of time, and they knew they had to get this movie released because someone said this is when the movie's going to release. But you took a huge gamble to release this the same week as Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I don't know which movie's doing better right now. I can't imagine they're like neck and neck, even though Star Wars wasn't as good as people had probably wanted. And this movie, the only reason I think this movie will either at least make its money back or get real close into the box office numbers is because people would come on their like YouTube show or their reviews and state that this movie's an experience and actually implore people to see this terrible movie.
That's the only reason we went and saw it.
Yeah, and
Is because we heard about how bad it was.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Wrong one.
What are you looking up? Like the actual box office stuff?
So it made $57 million worldwide.
What was its budget? 300?
Let's see. They changed Box Office Mojo.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I can't. This
budget, it had a budget of $95 million, but I believe the marketing is what pushed that up to a lot more.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it didn't even make its money back on the production of it. And this guy, I forget what else this guy directed, but it was nothing impressive.
Les Mis.
Is that what he directed?
Yeah.
That did gangbusters.
Yeah. Well, I think it's, and that's what it feels like that this, I think his name's Tom Hooper. Les
Miserables, the King's Speech.
Yeah.
Which is another one that was his Dark Materials, apparently, the HBO series. Capital One commercial.
What?
2 Capital One commercials, I'm sorry. Those were, after Les Miserables and The King's Speech. Man, how the mighty have fallen. Like, this guy clearly got this based on his name.
Well, I think that's what it seems like, is that this guy they needed him to make they wanted him to make another musical, and he just decided, yeah, I'll do Cats. And
what a choice.
I mean,
it was a choice.
But granted, I think that being the fact that like the Cats musical is a very successful musical, and people have heard of it, and there have been people that have seen it.
It's the most successful Broadway musical of all time.
Yeah, I think that it's not unreasonable to think, oh, well, with the technology we have, we could probably make an incredible version of it. But
you know what Broadway show he should have adapted instead? Jimmy Buffett's Escape to Margaritaville.
I didn't know that was a musical.
It is a musical, and supposedly it's phenomenal.
Really?
Yes.
I want to see that Mormon one.
Book of Mormon. That one's really good, too.
The Book of Mormon.
And Mormon approved. The Mormons like it, too.
Actually.
You know who made that musical, right?
Yeah, Trey Parker
and Matt Stone.
Yeah, Trey Parker and Matt Stone from South Park. But, actually, it's funny. I think I remember hearing this, that there was an ad someone took out, the Mormons took out in a newspaper and said something about the movie, but they did say they enjoyed it, but they also added in, like, if you want to learn more about the Mormon faith, go to this website, something like that.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was... Don't see it. Just take our word for it. It was bad.
That's a group of people that clearly...
Are we talking about Mormons now?
I mean...
Is this a road you want to go down?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Mormons.
I do, and I don't want to go down this road.
I don't know how offensive this could be, but I have a funny story.
Is this the part where you're going to talk about polygamy?
No. I had a book. I don't even... What's polygamy?
Having multiple
That's the
spouses.
multiple wives thing? Okay.
Yeah. But specifically wives, usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going down this road, apparently. Okay.
So I was in college, and I actually had like a Book of Mormon. I have
Okay.
the Book of Mormon Bible, and I came home from class one day. I opened it up. I don't know what made me open it up. I like picked it up and like opened it, and in it said like, "You're a Mormon too," and it was a number. Someone wrote their number. A girl wrote her number in it, like to have like a Mormon discussion with me, and I there's just something weird to when like the Bible tried to get me laid.
Yeah.
I don't know, because all it was sitting in my living room. Like it was sitting in my living room, and like someone had wrote. I think I actually still have it. I think I can probably bring it in one day to show it to you. But I kid you not, someone had wrote their name like, she wrote like, "Are you a Mormon too?" or something like that, and then said, "Call me," and it wrote her number. And then I found out who it was. It was actually our neighbor, because like my dorm complex where there was like 4 other people that lived in, right next to us was where the girls live, and I guess they they invited them over, and one of those.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, if you want, here's the thing: is if you become a Mormon, when you die, you get your own planet.
What?
We'll talk about it later. I'm not getting into this.
That can't be right. I don't think.
I'm not.
That sounds like Scientology stuff.
I'm not lying to you.
All right, we're gonna have a discussion.
Mormonism get pretty nuts.
Like, comment, subscribe if you want to hear more Mormon talk.
Yeah, if you want to, we can get my dad on. He can tell you all about it.
Really?
He was a Catholic apologist. Like
what?
Yeah, back in his day.
I didn't know that.
Dude knows everything about like Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, all those.
I have so many questions for your dad.
Yeah,
right now.
It's a good conversation. Anyway,
I'm gonna get his number. I'm gonna call
Ryan.
him. Yes.
What are you looking forward to this year? What movies?
Oh yeah.
Caught your eye.
Well, I have like 10
or your ire.
I have rather. 10 of them. I don't think I'm really going to get into all of them. But I'm going to go ahead with the first one that we saw a trailer for today.
It's your first one?
You got that. It's not my first one, but it's on my list. I'm just going to put it to the top right now. Oh. I'm so excited to see Sonic the Hedgehog. Are you?
It's not on my list, but I'll see it.
You want to see it with me?
Yeah, we'll see it.
Oh my. I can't wait to see this movie. Ugh. It looks so
bad.
Yeah. Yes. It looks so bad.
I'm sure it'll be more entertaining than
it looks so bad that it might be so bad that it's good. I think
it could pull that off.
I think that's what this movie's going to get, and I can't.
And then it's got the character, and then the other main character is the guy that they get when they can't afford Scott Eastwood.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that one caught me off guard. Oh, yeah.
I'm not editing that out. That was a very genuine reaction. Because it's not Scott Eastwood, it's someone else. But he looks identical to him.
Whew. Oh, now I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah. What were your other movies?
Let me ruin this Sonic the Hedgehog, that's expected February 14th, 2020. Who else
Valentine's
is going to see it? Is it really?
February 14th is Valentine's Day.
I'm really glad we had the Valentine's Day conversation. Oh, you're going to be my Valentine's Day.
Is that what you're going to take Robin to go see?
You and Robin. We're going to go together. Robin does call you whenever I'm hanging out with you and I come to see her, she's like, "How was your second girlfriend?" And I just always thought she was talking about you, but she wasn't. She just was just making a joke. So that now you're like my second girlfriend.
All right. So what? We're going to sit with you in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm going to be in the middle so I can have one arm around you and one arm around her. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you sit in the middle.
No, you sit in the middle.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And then you can go skiing.
Ooh.
It's really uncomfortable looking your buddy in his eye and telling him that.
It was really uncomfortable to look over at you when you said that to me.
What else are you looking forward to, Ryan?
I'm looking forward to the Top Gun Maverick.
Really?
I mean, not like...
Are they going to have any more homoerotic beach volleyball scenes? It looks like they will.
So. I need another Playing with the Boys.
Are they going to resurrect Val Kilmer for this one?
I hope so.
He is in it.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
Good. I hope so.
Probably just as a cameo. Because have you seen him recently? Mm-mm. Not in good shape.
Oh, really?
He had major reconstructive throat cancer or throat surgery.
Oh, really?
Because of throat cancer. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He talks in a rasp.
Oh,
You'll probably hear it in this movie.
That sucks. Well,
I meant Bill Paxton. Are they going to resurrect Bill Paxton for this?
Probably not.
Probably
I don't see it. But
my heart goes out to you, Bill Paxton.
I don't know. This movie. I mean, I don't have any love for the Top Gun. I just love the volleyball scene. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite scenes in
The
all
only
of
reason I'd want to go see it is
films.
for the cool jets. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing.
I found out they actually fly real jets. Like that's all real. I
believe
didn't
it.
know that. I thought that was crazy, but
Yeah.
I kind of want to see it.
The man hung himself off of an
another
airplane.
plane
for
with
God's
the
sake.
boys. That's true. Yeah, but I don't know how that man's still alive.
Scientology.
Yeah, that's true. Another one that I don't really have a lot.
Is this in order, by the way?
No,
Oh.
no, because
Mine aren't.
Because I didn't write these in order. But
No.
another one that I'm kind of excited to see is the Bill and Ted Face the Music.
That's on my list.
I'm kind
Have
of.
we seen anything from that though?
Trailer?
Or
I think there's a trailer out.
is there?
I think so.
Okay.
I could be
I'll
wrong.
have to look it
I'll
up.
have to look,
I haven't
but,
heard anything.
Bill and Ted Face Music. I want to see the King's Man because I like the Kingsman movies, and
I haven't seen the second one, but
the second one's pretty okay.
yeah,
yeah.
we'll have to check that out.
Obviously Wonder Woman,
Yep,
1984.
that's on my list.
Black Widow, I do kind of want to see.
That's on my list, but it actually got beat out by Trolls. Because I actually really like the original Trolls movie.
I wanted to add that I need to replace one of these. I'm going to replace Free Guy with the Trolls movie because
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't
the
it?
six infinity strings
Yeah.
to wipe out one.
Did you
strum
see the
will wipe
original
out-
Trolls movie?
No,
It's good. Like, I'm unapologetic about that. It's a fun movie.
maybe I'll see. That's the one where Justin Timberlake's in these, right?
Yeah.
And he wrote this song like, "I got this feeling deep inside my
maybe.
bones."
That might be what it's from. I don't know.
I can't remember all the lyrics.
But
though.
it's fun movie. I'm looking forward to this one. I hope that it turns out that Rock isn't the bad guy after all, because I like Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like rock and metal. You know that.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like a kids movie, so it's gonna be like everyone's we accept everyone in the
Yeah.
end. I think it's gonna be that. Doolittle. I already told you I was kind of
Yeah.
interested in that.
You did, and I was kind of surprised by that.
I do want to see Birds of Prey and the
Yeah, that's on my
fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, just because I want to see Black Mask. That's who Ewan McGregor's playing, and I don't know. I like him.
Yeah,
I like films
He's
in.
pretty cool.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. I
That's
wrote
on my
here.
list. That's probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Who's directing that?
I don't know.
I'm going to look that up while you talk more.
I mean, that's pretty
I
much
feel
it.
like we talked about this when we.
I mean, that's pretty much like it of my list. Free Guy, I do kind of want to see, but I'm not. I feel like it's a little late to do
Jason Reitman.
the Jason Reitman's who directs it.
Yes,
What's
his
he
two
done?
most notable movies were Juno and Thank You for Smoking,
Thank You for Smoking's really good.
and Ghostbusters 2, actually.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, then, yeah,
Not really. Ghostbusters 2,
I didn't really have a problem with Ghostbusters.
and apparently he
2.
directed some episodes of The Office.
I don't really have a problem with Ghostbusters 2. I mean, I definitely don't think it was as good as the first one, but it was.
Yeah.
It was all right. I mean, It's not one of those films that I walked out that I like turned off and was like, "This."
I'm
movie's
sorry.
terrible.
I'm sorry. He didn't direct it. He was an actor in it. Brownstone Boy number 2. I thought he looked a little too young to have directed that.
Oh, okay. Anything like any other like big movies?
No.
Oh, okay.
You ever heard of Up in the Air?
No.
George Clooney, apparently.
Oh,
From
okay.
2009, he was a producer.
I realized I
Otherwise,
don't watch George Clooney movies, and I think
neither.
I figured out why.
Gravity, I think, was the latest one I watched with him.
Yeah, I really don't want to watch movies with him, and I figured out it's because of Batman.
Oh, the nipples.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I just as a kid blamed him for ruining.
Speaking of nipples,
Batman.
do you think we're going to see Margot Robbie get naked in Birds of Prey?
No,
Really?
No.
It's rated R.
no, it's just she's gonna drop the F-bomb and stuff.
Wow.
It's because it's a superhero film.
I guess I'll just go watch Wolf of Wall Street again.
Does she
Full frontal in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
really?
Yes.
Huh?
Wolf of Wall Street's it's actually, I believe, ranked number 2 or 3 on most F-bombs in any movie, but also.
I need to watch that movie.
It's a really good movie.
I need to watch
Don't
it.
walk away from that with because do you know what it's about?
Yeah, I know the story it's
Yeah.
about.
I had several buddies who went to see it and they walked out being like, man, I wish I could be him. I'm like, that's not the message you're supposed to get from this movie.
No,
Not at all.
is he still in? Is he
No,
in jail?
No, he's been doing
Like he's out of jail?
He's been doing talks for a long time.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that's what I mean. Like he's not still.
That's the moral of the story. Is he he defrauded a ton of money, did all this stuff, spent a year or two in a white collar prison with tennis courts, and then now is making money with a book tour.
But
that's the whole moral of the story, is that he got away with it in the end.
That's stupid. That makes me
white collar crime.
Whatever, I guess. But
he was still rich. Yeah.
You said you were surprised by my Doolittle one?
Yeah.
Why?
I've been hearing some concerning things. Just that it's...
I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't look great.
It looked like
a dragon.
It looked like an interesting family movie. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll go. But what were some of yours?
I'll wait for reviews.
What were some of yours? Well, you don't get to wait for reviews because we have to see them together.
I'm glad you asked, Ryan.
Okay.
I've got a couple front runners here.
All right.
I'm pretty much, below my top 3, they're all the same as most of them are the same.
If Trolls is number 1, I'm gonna be mad at you.
It's not. It's on there, but it's not in the top 3. Bill and Ted, Wonder Woman, Ghostbusters. I'm surprised you didn't say this. No Time to Die. James Bond.
Looks
have really good.
Slowly gone. Like I'm not as big a fan of James Bond as I used to be.
No.
This
one just looks more like it's gonna be classic Bond.
Yeah, I'll still see it, but the last one I wasn't. I just kind of was like, I didn't really like that one.
I didn't see Spectre yet. I need to watch it. But I also have on here Onward and Trolls. Onward looks good. Did you see the trailer for that one? New Disney Pixar one?
Yeah.
That looks good. It looks like it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's a Pixar movie. Like, it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
Black Widow.
I'm excited to see what the first short film that they do.
Oh yeah. I loved Bao. That was such a good short film.
Which one was that? That was...
It ran ahead of Incredibles 2.
Okay. I remember that. That one was very memorable.
So my number 3 is Tenet. The Christopher Nolan's next movie.
I don't know. I wanted to put that on the list, but I don't know if I want to see it, but I don't want to see it.
I want to see it so bad. It looks so good. And what's his name? Is it John Washington? John or David Washington?
I don't know.
He's Denzel Washington's son anyway. I really liked him in Black Klansman.
He was in Black Klansman?
He was the main character.
That was him?
Yeah. Same dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's Denzel Washington's son. This movie looks like Time Cops, but Christopher Nolan, and I'm all about it. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan makes some pretty good stuff. I'll go see it.
I've liked everything he's watched.
I'd go see it with you.
His last one was what? Dunkirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I really liked Dunkirk. Wonder how he's going to work Tom Hardy into this one.
Does he work Tom Hardy in all of his films?
Pretty much since Dark Knight Rises. He was in Dunkirk. He was the fighter pilot.
Yeah. I believe.
Number 2. Godzilla vs. Kong.
I forgot this movie was coming out.
I am so ready for this.
Yeah, I'm pretty
And
pumped.
I'm sounding hyped now. This is only my number 2. This movie is going to be lit. Godzilla, King of Monsters. Everyone complained about there being too many monster fights. I'm like, that's exactly what I want. Get rid of the humans. Stick those monster fights straight into my veins. I want to mainline them. 2.5 hours of nothing but monsters fighting. I'm all about it.
I just picture you have like the case for the original Godzillas, like in the guy in the suit.
Too much human
and you're
stuff.
just inhaling like...
There's still too much human stuff in the original Godzillas. Dude, that's what... no one understands that. There's me and many like me who don't want a movie about humans and also monsters. We want a movie about monsters.
You want monsters fighting.
Yes.
I get that.
Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I am incredibly hyped for this. My brother and my dad as well.
Should I get a towel?
You might need to. Phenomenal casting by a phenomenal director. You know him from hits such as Arrival.
Okay.
And Blade Runner 2049. It's Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I'm so excited for this movie. If he's shown us anything with Arrival and Blade Runner, he is really good at the slow burn, just leaking the plot slowly and letting it take its time developing. That is exactly the kind of director you need to make Dune.
Yeah,
Dune is a slow story.
I really liked
up.
Blade Runner.
If you like Blade Runner 2049, you'll like Dune.
All right.
The casting is spectacular.
I mean, yeah.
Every person on there
I will give it a shot.
Perfectly casted.
But, I wanted to tell you, I forgot. Did I tell you I just started watching Lord of the Rings? I watched the first
extended editions
last night, yeah.
Okay.
The first one. I didn't get to the other two. The first one, I did not like it at all.
Really?
I was bored out of my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my dude. There are a few films. It's a Wonderful Life is notable as one of them. The only other one I believe is the Lord of the Rings trilogy that makes me cry like a baby by the end of it.
Really?
Yes, dude. By the end of the last half hour of Return of the King, it's tears pouring down my face.
Yeah, I watched it last night with Robin, and I didn't even finish it.
Are you serious?
I got to the last 30 minutes.
You got to watch it with me. Was she like excited and stuff like that?
No, she was falling asleep too.
You got to watch it with me.
She was the one that told me to watch it because she said that those are probably the only films that don't feel like 4-hour films like they are, like 3-hour films.
They're so good.
But I felt it. Now
you got to watch them with
the
me.
second one might be better. The third one might be complete. Like those two might be.
If you're looking
different
for action, the second and third ones are a lot more of it.
It's just this one felt super boring because
what was boring about it? How are you bored by Lord of the Rings?
There was just a lot of stuff, and I was just like, that had no reason to be in there.
Like what?
We could cut that.
Like what?
The whole like Rivendell, is that what it's called? Rivendell, the city where that one lady, like, he offers the ring to her.
No,
and
that was
evil.
in Mirkwood.
Okay, I was like, a lot of this.
No, that sets up a lot of stuff.
It didn't for me.
It does. I believe Mirkwood sets up a lot of the gifts she gives them that become important later on. I believe it's the last safe harbor they end up hitting before things go badly.
Yeah, well, them. I mean, it was very clear they were setting up things to go badly.
It shows the power the ring holds and why powerful people are like people like her and Gandalf are afraid to hold it even.
Yeah. Well, I kind of already expected that due to the fact that when like he offered it to Gandalf to take in the beginning when he was still at the Shire, he said like Gandalf's like a wizard wouldn't dare touch that power. The things that I could do with that power or something like that.
No, what he says is that believe me, I would take this and believe I'm using it for good, but it corrupts.
Yeah.
It corrupts everyone. And the way the ring works is that like it preys on that. Like Gandalf wants to do good in the world. It'll prey on that and let him do good and stuff like that. But while doing that, it'll infect him.
I mean,
the reason it does, like, because the whole thing is he gives it to a hobbit because the hobbits, their only desire is to hang out at the Shire. They're very simple.
Yeah.
There's nothing for the ring to prey on.
Yeah.
Like, and so they're very resistant to it.
Yeah, but that doesn't feel right because with Bilbo, like I don't understand. Bilbo's like corrupted by it. Again, we're having discussions that you need to have seen all three movies too. Okay.
But when Gollum gets a hold of the ring, the instant he lays eyes on it, he murders his best friend to take it. It corrupts him that immediately to kill.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so there's a theory too about how, and I think it's more than a theory, that how you get the ring determines your relationship with it. Gollum got his by murdering. Isildur got it by killing. Bilbo found it.
Yeah.
Frodo had it given to him, and he didn't even want it. So the ring started off on its back foot there.
Okay, I mean, the film had a lot of interesting. Like I was interested a lot in like a lot of the stuff. It was really cool to see. It's just I felt like there were just some stuff that I was like,
the Balrog is one of the coolest things committed to screen ever.
Yeah, I mean that was cool.
The whole Moria scene was amazing.
Like I said, I still got 2 more films to give a chance.
I'm
going to. It's just.
In case you can't tell, I love Lord of the Rings. And be glad they didn't adapt everything from the books. Yeah. There's a sequence in the Fellowship, the first one, with Tom Bombadil that they cut. And they gave most of his lines to Treebeard in the second one. But
second one, I'll see him then.
He's an Ent.
Oh, like an actual tree person.
Yeah. Tom Bombadil was this basically spirit of the forest that they meet shortly after leaving the Shire, before they run into Merry and Pippin. And he is basically this flighty elf type person who is very magical. And the only thing of note that they do with him is Frodo hands him the ring, looks at it like a small trinket, and then hands it back to Frodo. He's the only character in all 3 books that is totally unaffected by the ring. And actually, when they go to Rivendell and they're discussing what to do with the ring in the book, they suggest that. Why don't we give it to Tom Bombadil? And Gandalf, I think, Gandalf or Elrond, I forget who, point out that, no, it's a terrible idea. He's not affected by it, but he doesn't think it's anything more than a trinket. He'll lose it within a year.
Yeah.
And then it'll get found again.
But here's what wow, okay. I think this is also a meme that I've seen about it. Does Gandalf say when he's falling? Does he say "Fly, you fools," or "Run"?
Fly. In the context of run, of get out of here.
Okay. So but he actually means like to run away. It's not like I'm going to summon eagles to fly.
There's no subtext there. No.
Okay, because it seems like that's like
no.
I've seen that joke before.
No, and it's established better in the books and in like Silmarillion and stuff like that. The relationship the Eagles have. The Eagles have a respect for Gandalf. They have no desire to be involved in any of the workings of men.
Oh, okay.
Which they consider the War for the Ring to be. They have no interest in it because they gain nothing from it.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they wouldn't have done it. They would have got the only reason they were able to go. Never mind. You'll see this in the third one.
I feel so much like
Mordor is
hatred coming off of you right now.
That you don't like it.
Like that
it really annoys me that you don't like those movies. Because they are absolute masterpieces, and if you don't like them, there was something wrong with how you were viewing them.
You're just explaining these films, and all I'm doing is just staring off at Star Trek boxes, and I'm just like sitting here like zoning out. And I feel like on the outside, someone would probably seeing this, probably be looking at me, and it just looks like a camera zooming in. It goes black and white. There's nothing going on.
I'll change your point of view.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I still have to see 2 more films.
Yeah,
I still have to finish 30 more minutes of the film of the first one. So,
so they just with them were leaving Mirkwood, right?
Yes. Yeah. No, they weren't.
They're still in Mirkwood.
I remember the last thing I remember was. Yeah, the last thing I remember was that part where she he tries to give that girl a ring, and she's like.
Galadriel.
Yeah. She's like screaming at him and stuff. So
yeah.
I'm assuming that's
her passing the test because she didn't take the ring. She can then go on to the West and live eternally.
That part I didn't understand, but that's
when elves rather than die, elves because they are immortal, they at some point they sail off into the West, which is there is a mystical land out to the West where they go to live.
See, and you wondered what the more was going to be in our intro, but
here it is.
But listen, we have one other thing I was going to talk about.
We're running long, so yeah.
This will be short. I'm not going to talk about the Black Adam stuff because I don't know enough yet, and I don't really.
We can cover some.
I don't know a lot about him or that character, but Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 7 finally got like an official. I guess this is news. I thought February was the original thing, but I guess like. An actual date. The first episode will air will be like the February 17th.
Nice. And we'll get to see the Siege of Mandalore finally.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Even more Mandalorian stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see. Or no, she would have been too young at that point.
Who?
Sabine from Clone Wars or from Rebels. She would have just been a child, a young child if she was even born then.
We may see something with her, but I doubt it. I don't think it'll be like a full story.
We probably won't see anything of her. I think she would be because she's only a teenager in Rebels, and Rebels takes place 4 or 5 years before Episode 4.
Okay.
And whereas this would be taking place between Episode 2 and 3.
Okay.
So,
well,
but yeah. Anyway, is that all we had to talk about this week, Ryan?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. I mean, I'm glad we got to talk about Lord of the Rings.
Are you?
I'm glad we got to talk about cats because
I am glad we got to talk about cats. Even though I wasn't glad to have seen it.
We didn't. I also wrote down. Do you know what the critics and audience score was for this movie for Cats?
Metacritic was like 20-some%, and Rotten Tomatoes was like 12.
20 critics. Well, when I wrote this,
Metacritic's 32, Rotten Tomatoes is like 23, right?
The critics side for Rotten Tomatoes was 21%, and audience was 53.
Really?
So, yeah, I don't know, but
audience came around to it, I guess.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot. Any of them furry people probably came a lot to this.
That's probably exactly what it is. They want to make them. They want Cats 2.
They're ready for Cats 2.
Is there a Cats 2?
Probably not.
Well, I think we should start campaigning for it.
I'm not going to be part of that.
I think we will.
I don't want that travesty on my.
I think we need to. I think we need to. We need to be brave, Ryan. Look into this brave new world.
Matt, it's time to say goodbye. We've
done
this for too long.
We've
Thank you
made you all suffer
so much, everybody, for listening. to episode 11. You said this is technically 13, episode 13?
Technically 13, counting our 2 specials.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
You can find, if you want to follow me and like social media stuff, you can find me on Instagram at RedStakeRyan. I think that's my Facebook. And I think, no, it's my Facebook, Twitter, and I have a Twitch account that I never stream on because I don't have a streaming computer yet, and I haven't reached that confidence level yet. Matt, where can they find you?
Pretty much your best way to find me is going to be on Twitter at MattRossVO.
Okay. And if you want like links to all that stuff, go to our website, www.popcultureunboxing.com.
Yeah.
And
be sure to leave rating and reviews on iTunes. Those help us out a lot.
And
make us stand out in this world.
Yeah, and if you go to that website, you'll get to see what we look like.
Yeah, if you were wondering.
Lore. We need to start like releasing lore for people so they can write our Wikipedia.
Okay. Here's a bit of lore for Matt. I have been directly or indirectly responsible for almost every grievous injury in my family.
What?
And anyway, this has been Pop Culture Unboxing. I've been Matt.
Oh, wait. I need to give lore.
And he's... Oh, okay.
Oh, man. I got nothing right now. Never
We'll get
mind.
some more Ryan lore next week.
Oh, I'm a trained sword fighter. That's...
Oh, Kendo, yeah.
Yeah, I trained for 6 years.
Which is what lightsabers are, basically.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, yeah, kinda. They have different forms where Kendo has...
Maybe next week we'll hear Ryan talk about the different types of forms of lightsaber fighting.
I actually know all of them.
We'll hear more about that next week.
All of them.
I've been Matt.
And I've been Ryan.
See you guys in a week.
Woo!